Good afternoon, students. Today we will learn about HDFS node, HDFS name node federation with example. Now, in the previous class also I told you in the actually in the HDFS we have only many data nodes, so one name node. Alternative, there may be a one secondary name node, or it may be a checkpoint node, or it may be a backup node. And the another new node which we studied is about a journal node. Now, by using a federation node, that is an n number of name nodes, as I told in the previous video also, what will happen here, we can have multiple name nodes, which is mainly possible for the accessing the data. A single namespace for the entire cluster managed by a single name node. That was the old version. Now there will be many name nodes where we can access super fast. So why we have been introduced, as I told in the previous class also, best three features are better performance, system isolation, many applications can work, and the scalability. Scalability, performance, and the isolation of the system will make us, we can use a n number of applications and we can access very fast. If there is a failure also, it is easy for us to access the data without any hesitations. So with this previous information of the slide, we will move on to the next topic. Now, what actually in a name node, how it has been taken care in the federation example. Now, as I told you, federation means adding in n number of name nodes. So here you can see there are data nodes where the data 4 nodes are there, which is under the control of a master node, that is a name node 1. The CM data node is also slaves for the name node 2. So why the duplication? Means what I want to say here, I can extraction. Suppose the master 1 and master 2 is there. There are 4 slaves. Data node 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now what will happen here, the name node do not communicate, they are simply manage their slice of their namespace. That means the communication between a master to master is not required. Directly, if I want, I can access. If the name node 2 want to access some set of data node, it can access. Do you think there is a burden to a data nodes that duplication work, or I have to do more work, or it is overloaded? Do you think that by seeing this diagram? Yeah, we will see. The data node can store a blocks from any name node. Means I want to give here the one small example. Now, what is the major discussions happens over? It is purely based on the name node. For example, here taken an example as a research and marketing with the namespace 1 and the data and the project. Now what I want to say here, during a research or the marketing, some data you have collected which may not be required during the research or the marketing, but the same data is also required for the project, for establishing a project. Now excuse me, now during the data time, instead of accessing the data through the namespace 1, we can directly access through the data node. This is the one benefit. Means I can avoid the reference variable, I can avoid the via or through. Directly the name node 2 can access the data. Don't have an imagination that the data node is a burden, it is overloaded. Whomsoever is required that particular data can fetch easily instead of in a time space. Instead of in it consumes more time. I am informing to a name node 1. Name node will identify the data and then hand over into a permission given data node. You can give the data to a name node. I can reduce some time. So this is because name nodes can directly interact with that privilege is there. So this way we can save the time. That is about the main concept of using in a federal address or a federal name node. Clear? So I'll just conclude. Yes, why is a node federal? What is the example? What is the benefit of this name federal? Okay, name federal. Now we'll move on to the next topic. My next topic is discuss the various HDFS user commands. Now before going to the user of commands, as I told you in the initial stage, we are using in Hadoop software. Now here you can see some of the small examples, some of the commands. Suppose if I want to go within a list of files in the HDFS, I can use the command. You can see here $HDFS DFS, because I want to take the value of that dash ls and front slash. If I give, immediately it will show the list of file, just like in a command mode. I think we have used this. So always use the software always use a software Hadoop, where you can have an HDFS component, a $HDFS. If you give DFS-ls, automatically you can see in this slide it has given output. There are two items point within a permission, yarn Hadoop within a dot like an ap.loss. Similarly, there is one more file within a HDFS within some file name, which date, which year, and what time it has been created, and what is the permission mode also you can see there. I think directly with a write and expect. I think this we studied in the read write permission mode. I think I remembered the lower semester subject. What is the file structure and how the file permission can be accessed, who can access. That is the read write and execute permissions. Okay, so that is about the file called as a file command called -ls, list command. Now we move on to make a directory in HDFS, second one. So to make in a HDFS command, so you can see here, to make a directory in HDFS, use the following command as with the ls command when no path is supplied. The user's home directory is used. So I will give a syntax here, $HDFS DFS make directory stuff. So with the help of ls command, I came to know how many files are there. When I created a make directory, then automatically it will created a file called as a make stuff. Now what will happen here? Copy the files to HDFS. Now the contents I want to move. So to copy a file from one current file local directory to an HDFS, the command has to be used. Now what is the command? Put test stuff. HDFS DFS put test stuff. So this is about the command. File transfer can be confirmed by using the ls command, that is the ls stuff. So we learned three commands. One is about list command, list of the files, then make directory, then we can copy the directory. So these are the three commands. When we run in the Hadoop within a HDFS, we can get this type of permissions. Okay, these are the sample three commands. Now we will move on to the copy the files from HDFS. Now how I can copy the file from HDFS? You can, as in the previous class, $HDFS DFS is a put stuff. Now what is there? It is a get stuff. Now to get the get stuff from the test to local. Okay, what I am doing? I am moving the contents of the file from get stuff to a test local. Clear? That is the command. Now copy the files within the HDFS I want to do. What is the syntax? HDFS DFS cp stuff, copy stuff. Okay, copy stuff within the not a local machine to an HDFS. In the previous command it was moving the contents, moving to a local. Now I want to move to an HDFS. I will give it as a copy the stuff test to test HDFS. So all the data transferred from copy, the moved from an to an HDFS. Now delete the command. Delete is that rm. So what we learned here? Copy stuff, get stuff, put stuff, delete stuff. So almost 6 commands we learned. I'll just revise you. What is the things? First one is ls command. HDFS DFS is a common structure we have to use. So -ls, ls command which gives a list of files available in the directory. Then we made a make directory by using a make directory stuff. Copy the files to HDFS, put the test to stuff. That is one. Then if you want to move to in a local machine, you have to use a get stuff. If you want to move to HDFS, go with a cp stuff. If you want to remove, delete, you have to use a rm command. So just like our Linux command nodes, all these commands are similar to that. Okay, copy, make directory, move directory. Okay, get and put. Now we will move on to the next topic, MapReduce algorithm or a MapReduce model. It is an important topic, what is known as a MapReduce model. Now in the Hadoop version 2 maintained with the MapReduce capability and also made other processing model available to user. Virtually all the tools developed for Hadoop such as Pig, Hive will work seamlessly on top of the Hadoop version 2. So here we are going to learn what is the mean by Pig tools and what is mean by Hive tools. These are the major famous seamlessly top level of the Hadoop tools. So there are many tools about the Hadoop. These are the two major important. So there are two stages, a mapping stage and a reducing stage. In a mapping stage, the procedure is applied to an input data and the map is usually some kind of filter, that is about a sorting process, that is called as a algorithm. Mapping inputs a text file, then outputs the data, that is a key value. or it is called as a token, or it is called as a count. The reducer script